Okay, so we are preparing, or as we are preparing to do our vision boards for next week, I wanted to continue with the topic of vision. Um, this is such a profound topic, and I am so excited about it. That's why I have not been able to move away from it, nor have I desired to move away from it, because, as I've said before, vision is a part of the grace lifestyle. Vision is a part of the grace lifestyle. Grace means God's unmerited favor. It means God favors us, God helps us, God is for us without our earning it, without our effort, without our working for something. He just favors, blesses, and is for us basically without our participation. When we are at our lowest, his blessing rises higher. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scripture says, where sin, missing the mark, abounds. So lots of sin going on. The Bible says grace does, favor does, much more abound. Which is I mean, you can almost process it. How do you get more when you're at your worst? But that is the goodness of God. That is the way God functions and he operates. So when I'm at my worst, when I'm at my least deserving state, then God rushes blessing into me. It's most appropriate, though. Wouldn't you say? I mean, when I'm my lowest, wouldn't it be great to have a God show up and rescue me and not show up and kick me because I'm at my lowest? Well, that's what the church will teach you. When you're at your lowest, he's going to rush in there and kick you right in your head. But man, that's just so contrary to what love is like. Love comes when I'm at my lowest. Vision is like that, in that vision produces for you without your effort. What you see causes things to manifest and to show up in your life. The image is simple. The image that I have will produce in my life. The pictures that I see will show up in my life. People don't live by what they are taught. They live by their belief system. You get taught for years and years and years, but if that teaching does not penetrate what you believe, you will still live out of what you believe. You want to live by your teaching. You want to live by the good information that you've heard, but you live by what you believe. So as I've been saying, and what I have said several times, is that sometimes you have to dismantle the lie. If I believe something that's not true, I have to go through the process of dismantling that lie so that my belief about it changes. It's almost like a skillful attorney who presents information. Well, they give all of these facts and figures and things like that so that they can prove the thing that they are trying to get across, or the thing they're trying to prove. So you are doing the same type of thing. You're gathering enough information to change the belief system so that I realize this is a lie and I don't have to believe it anymore. You get that? This is a lie and I don't have to believe it anymore. So you start gathering the facts. God always is working for us. Do you know that? God is always on our side. And nothing that we do can keep God from helping us. Nothing that we do can keep God from helping us. Always with us, always for us. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so a couple things that we said last time I want to emphasize is the scripture says, where there is no vision, people perish. Where there is no vision, people perish. So we said last time, so where there is vision, then people live. Vision will extend your life. What you see will multiply your days. This is what I shared with Miss Young at the convalescent home, is that, she has an assignment. She believes that she's in that room, and the people that they bring in there, she prays for them, she speaks to them, she encourages them. She even told this woman she was going to take her home with her and all that kind of stuff, but she has an assignment. Vision extends your days. If you believe that you have a reason to be here, it will give you more days. It will give you life. Where there is no vision, people die Where there is vision, people live. And living to the maximum, living in all forms of life. Living, it's almost like a blooming flower. It's like all of the aspects of fulfilling purpose happens from vision. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say full bloom. You coming into, and another way that the scripture would call full bloom is living in your glory. That is what glory means. It means the fullness of who you are. Your glory is the fullness of who you are. God's glory is the manifestation of who he is. You know, and they talk about maybe an athletic person or a musician or something. He was in his glory. He was fully manifested. Michael Jordan, fully manifested when he was playing with the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Just that full bloom or glory. Michael Jackson at his height, in glory, fully manifesting purpose in who he is. Vision again gives you that. It does that for you. Vision creates discipline without you trying to restrain yourself. We talked about that as well. Without you trying to stop, without you trying to put on the brakes, vision makes you stop. Naturally. When you get a better picture of who you are, then discipline is natural. Like I said, discipline sometimes sounds like a curse word, but there is a place in God. I like that expression. There is a place in God when you don't have to, don't do. You don't have to make yourself do. Vision, it'll be natural. You will stop. I was out last night and with some of my Hispanic friends. And so, you know, I was at this party and, you know, they like to eat. Man, they just had food all over the place. So this lady brought me this plate and then brought over this tray of bread. And I was like, we not eating no bread. it ain't gonna be no bread eating tonight. But, you know, it was not that, oh, I can't touch that bread. Oh, I better stop and don't do that bread. I just don't want the bread. Natural, and you will break. You will stop because of the picture that you see. I'm serious. You will not have to. I want that to be clear. You will not have to. And when you try to stop, or when the effort is deliberate, that's when, you know, even from a scriptural standpoint, that's when the desire or the sin raises up. The law makes sin come. Just talked to one of my friends who is a musician, and you know everybody's getting ready for Easter, they're getting ready for, you know, sunrise and all that kind of stuff. So his church is fasting, and I say, oh Lord. So they have decided to fast. He said, and he was texting me, he said, I am starving. I want to eat so bad. I said, I texted back, I could preach a whole sermon about that. The minute you make a decision, I'm going to stop this or that, then the desire rises up. I want it even more. The minute you say, I'm going on steak and eggs and ribs and fried fish and everything comes to mind. All them commercials they show on TV, you could just lick the TV, you so hungry. Just from saying, I'm going to stop this. But the power of vision is you will stop it and not even know that you're stopping it. That's how powerful vision is. You will stop it and not even know that you are stopping it without effort at all. Without effort at all. So, and if you temporarily modify your behavior because, you know, there might be something in your life, it's like, I just really need to stop this. And so I'm an effort to stop it. If your mind and your vision and your belief system doesn't change about it, it's coming back. Keep thinking about Anthony. I was listening. You got to listen to that CD, but you don't have one. But anyway, Anthony's comments on the CD, and he's talking about meat and all this. I don't know if I'll eat again. Yeah, you're gonna eat some meat again. But you know what I'm saying? Because if your mind haven't changed about it, you're gonna be eating some meat again. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise the behavior is just temporarily modified. But if my belief, if the truth about it has been dismantled, and now I believe something different, then you don't have to worry about it. You're not coming back. But if I've modified the behavior to serve something that I need in my life right now, you're going to look up, it'll be right back. Because I haven't changed my mind about it. You get that? And so I remember he said on the CD last week, he was saying, or last time, he was saying that, and when I decided this because I wanted health, that's vision. I had a vision of health. I wanted health, that I was going to stop doing this meat thing. He said, and it was hard at first, and I just I wouldn't know. He said, I meditated on not eating meat. I was just like, wow. See, that's the wrong process. The right process is that when the image changes, when it's like, I remember, and I said this before, and I don't like to give these analogies, but it's just a good analogy. So don't think that you're just so into yourself and all that kind of stuff. It's not true. That's not true. But this is how it came to me. I remember one time I was at the gym. This is some years ago. I was at the gym, and you're getting dressed or whatever, and they got mirrors all over the place. And so I think I stood on the scale, and then when I was looking at the scale, of course they had a mirror in front of you, and I looked up and I could see the back of me, and I saw this fat on my back. I was like, oh my God, fat! I got a fat back. I said, I got to do something about that back. I got to do something about that back. I mean, I saw them rolls in my back, and I was like, oh my God. Well, automatically, after I got that vision, after I saw that, I said, okay, I can't have no fat back. I got to do something about the fat back. And without writing something out, or without making a decision that, okay, I'm going to do this, and all this kind of stuff, just stuff begin to naturally happen. You cannot not do it once your vision changes. I'm serious. It's powerful like that. You cannot not do it. So when I'm on vacation, just as I was last week, when I'm on vacation, I'm gonna be in the gym. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to happen. And even when I'm out there or doing whatever and I'm enjoying some good food or whatever, it is going to be at moderation. I was in Marlin, and they got this new little restaurant. Marlin's a little bitty town in Texas. That's where my grandmother lives. Little bitty town, but they got a restaurant there now, bro. And I had this steak that covered up the whole plate. Woo! I was in heaven. And cutting that sucker, and it was cutting easy, not struggling, and juicy and tender. And I was eating. Of course, I didn't eat that whole steak at that setting. I took that steak, the other half of that steak, home, and I had right before I left, I had steak and eggs and some of those grits from Papa Do's that was stuffed with the sausage and the cheese and all that. And I just ate. But it's gonna be at moderation, and my body couldn't, even if I wanted to, because my mind changed about it. My body couldn't, even if I wanted to, because my mind changed about it. I would really be, to some extent, sick if I tried to just do that whole thing. And not from discipline. Not from discipline. Although, just like I said before, if you were standing outside of me, you would think that, okay, you are consciously making a decision that you're not going to do that. And I'm telling you, it is not that conscious effort. It is this natural thing that just starts happening. My body said, you're full. Even when you're not full. Even when you're not full. That is the power of vision. The images, the pictures. That's why we're going to do vision boards. So you can get a different picture, a different image, see something. Because it's like once something clicks, or once you get on the vibe, or you get on the frequency of the thing, then the rest is history. Yeah, the vibe, the frequency. I was reading this book and it's talking about that everything is energy. We talked about that before. Zorro talked about E equals MC squared. Energy equals mass. The energy equals mass. Everything is energy. And if you had a microscope, you would see that everything is vibrating or everything is moving. And as this man was talking about this, he was talking about the fact that the vibe or the energy, he talked about even musically, sometimes when a note or chord is played, something in the room will move. And it's because it's on the same energy, it's on the same vibe, it's on the same wavelength of that tone. And ministers have talked about that. I've heard, they might be speaking or whatever, and if there's those chimes, the chime will start chiming, and they think this is the Spirit of God and all that kind of stuff. Well, it is God because God is in all things, but that vibration was the same. And so something will move in the room, or something, it'll look like the wind blew or something like that. It is the vibe, it's the vibration. Everything is energy. So when you get on that vibe or on that frequency, the things that are on that frequency will be moving at the same time. So I said all that to say is when you get a vision or an image of good in your life, or the thing that you are desiring in your life, when you get on that frequency, then those things on that frequency will flow into your life. Goodness will flow into your life because you're on the same vibe or the same energy, and all of that is going to be based on what you see. Based on what you see. Some people that's on a negative vibe or on a negative frequency, they have negative things flowing constantly. There used to be this lady years ago in the choir, Ministries that was in. I remember she used to have a testimony of somebody dying. It seemed like at every rehearsal. I was serious. Somebody in their family died just all the time. I was just like, oh, Lord. She ended up moving it, whatever. But her testimonies all the time. She sits close to the tennis. All the time. Somebody else died. Somebody died. Something else tragic happened. And I was like, God, dog. I don't want to be near nothing like that. But I think it's important to as Oprah would say, you're responsible for the energy that you bring. You're responsible for the energy you bring because there's a vibration, and sometimes it's felt because this energy is happening all the time. It's like you walk in the presence of somebody and it's like this person don't like me or I don't like them and I don't even know why. It's like a contrary vibration. That energy is different. Or you feel it, you sense it when they walk in. Or they walk in, it's like, oh, it's dark. Something about that is like, I'm gonna move away from that thing. That's because everything is energy. You feel the vibe. That's why people say, we vibe. What does that mean? We're on the same frequency. You thinking about what I'm saying? So sometimes things are not so super scriptural, but it's more practical. It's more practical. We are spirits. And so when the spirit walks in, whatever that spirit is, you sense it. You feel it. So again, vision will create the right frequency for you. It's like, it's important for us to feel good. A good feeling, a good frequency causes good to come into your life. If you're on a vibe or on a frequency of good, then good will flow into your life. So maintain good. Maintain the images and the pictures of good. So when I look out into the world, I don't see the world as a bad place. When I read the news, because that's basically where I get my news from, is from the internet, because you sign on and all that kind of stuff in the morning, and then and automatically see it. I mean, I see all that stuff, but it doesn't affect my picture of life. My picture of people is good. Yeah, that's where you want to be. People, I believe that people are generally good. The only time people are not good is because they have the wrong information. They have the wrong information. They believe wrong, something like that. They have some misinformation. That is the only way something like that happens. Go check. That is the only way something like that happens. You hear what I'm saying? If something like that does not happen, then people are generally good. People are not looking for opportunities to do something wrong. People are not looking for opportunities to do something wrong. People are more trying to do the right thing, but feeling like I don't have the power to. Think about any problems, difficulties, or anything that you've ever been stuck in. You weren't trying to be there. Nobody's trying to be a crackhead. Nobody's trying to be a hoe. Nobody's trying to be an alcoholic. I feel stuck. That's all. And to be browbeat about it is just definitely not love. Can't be God. I mean, and anybody would do something like that is so limited in their perception of the world. And sometimes people stand at the pulpit and it's like they don't have a clue about life, about life in general. Are you kidding me? And just walking through life like people are just every day deciding to do the wrong thing. That's dumb. That's dumb. Limited, yes. Yeah, and so, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But if you give people a vision of hope, if you give people a vision of a better day, if you give people a vision of opportunities, then naturally, this is where I really want to drive home. It seems like this is the emphasis for the day. Naturally, you will have the discipline that they want you to have. It'll just flow out of you naturally because I saw something. Naturally. Because if I preach to you that you better and you need to stop, then whatever the desire is, it's going to rise up more. The day you sit up in that service and you decide I'm going to stop smoking because of what Knucklehead just said to me, boy, that desire, you're going to be wanting to puff it up. Because you just said, I'm going to stop. But when the vision about it changes, you won't have to say nothing. You will just do it. You will just do it. That is the power of vision. That is the power of vision. Where vision is, provision is. Where vision is, provision is. All the resources that you need show up when you have a vision for something. I'm serious. All the resources that you need show up when you have a vision of something. So you change your mind, you change your life. Change your mind, you change your life. So how does that happen? I mean, it happens through exposure. It happens through exposure. And allow truth that shows up in your life. Allow it to what did I used to say? Allow it to really battle against. I can't think of the word I normally use for this, but battle against some of the things that you believe. So when truth shows up, it might be contrary to what I believe right now, but allow it to battle. Allow it to show up and to confront, challenge, confront what it is you think you believe about something. All men are dogs, as some sisters believe, and all that kind of stuff. Well, when you see a good man, allow that to challenge, to come against that belief system so you can dismantle that lie. If you don't allow that to happen, you will still hold on to this lie. And everybody else will be getting the man, getting the good man. Because you on the wrong frequency. You on a vibration that's not attracting. It's impossible to make it in the industry. Well, you know that's a lie. I was thinking about it just this week. Viola Davis from How to Get Away with Murder. Yeah. Well, Viola Davis is like a master. That lady is a masterful actor. You hear what I'm saying? What? But she just showed up. As far as our recognition, as far as us knowing who she is and all that kind of stuff. No, she could have been doing this for years and years and years. But the manifestation of the thing just showed up, and it's blowing up. You understand what I'm saying? So I say that to say, don't buy the lie. Dismantle the lie. There's proof after proof after proof. People get in the game later. Because if you buy the lie, you never get in the game. So you dismantle that, and you're on a frequency now where stuff can just flow into you. Your opportunities, people, I say even human resources, all the resources that you need show up because my frequency changed. Because I'm vibing at a different level. So when I walked into the room, we had a vibe going. The energy was similar. They welcomed me. They accepted me because I'm on a good frequency. I used to say this before. When I was looking for a job and I'd sent out my resume all over town and all this stuff, and they would call back. Before I would call those people, if they left a message on my phone or something and I had to call them back, before I would call them back, I would say to myself, okay, now, because when you're looking for a job, you get no after no, and you're not getting responses and all that. So when you finally get a response, you already been punched in the head like 17 times. So it's like, so I can be on the right frequency. Let me get myself together. And I say, whoo, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to get this job. God, go through all your affirmations or whatever you need to say. God loves me and all this kind of stuff. You get on a good frequency. And then I would call and say, hi, this is Rick King. I just heard that you left a message for me, blah, blah, blah. And you go in, I'm on the right frequency for something good to happen in my life. I'm not going to call them people back when I'm feeling depressed and like I can't get no job. That's the wrong vibe. That's the wrong frequency. And somehow, I don't know, somehow the minute somebody says, well, good morning, you just know it's like, that good morning wasn't even right. And that's because of we're spirits. That's because of the energy. And just that, I said this before. I mean, I didn't say it in this detail, but this lady was trying to talk to me. And then somebody, like a family friend, and I've known her for a long time or whatever, and she was just like, I was just thinking that we should go out and all this stuff. And she called, and I was like, and she's cute. She's cute, kind of sexy. And so I was like, okay, that's a thought. I was like, I'm entertaining that. But then she called and said, hi, I'm just like, ooh, that vibe. God. It was like a tone. Kenneth Hagin used to talk about that. It's like a tone of defeat. Yeah, it's a tone of, I don't know if it's depression or whatever, but I was just like, ooh, that energy that's wrong energy. And I'm serious. I didn't call no more after that. I'm sorry, I'm just done. And it's like you didn't do anything wrong, but I could feel it. I could feel just the tone. It's not like you said bad stuff or just like, I'm depressed, honey, or nothing like that. It's just the way you describe stuff. I mean, I was like, I'm not even going to start that. I'm not going in that direction. You understand what I'm saying? So it is that energy again. It is that frequency. It is that vibe that you are on. Vision, again, creates that. What is it that you see? Christmas song. Do you see what I see? Oh, Lord. I should have sang that. That just brought me all kind of images in rehearsals. I was just like, oh, them terrible rehearsals. Christmas time rehearsal. Oh, I used to hate that. Rehearsing for Christmas music. No, Lord. Never again. I'm done with that. I am done. That used to crucify me every year. But, hated them songs, all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, do you see what I see? It's what do you see? What you see, it is what you see that is going to affect everything that's in your life. Go in there expecting good. Going there expecting good. I was walking through the airport, and this lady said, "Wow, you're having a good day. I can see it on your face." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Well, good." Yeah, you're having a good day. I said, "Wow, all right. I received that." But yeah, that vibe, that energy, that thing that causes goodness to show up in your life. So go outside and all this beautiful sunshine in Southern California, and you see that sunshine. Say, "Ooh, it is just a good day. This is a good life. I'm so glad I'm here." I mean, that kind of stuff right there. And you look up, and there'll be a surprise check in your mailbox because you on the right vibe. Stuff starts to move because of the frequency that you're on. Stuff starts to move because of the frequency that you're on. People start working for you because of the frequency that you're on. I'm serious, because of the frequency that you're on, because of the vibe that you have. And you maintain it and you manage it. When you sense or feel, it's like, okay, I'm on the wrong, I can feel it. And sometimes I can feel it. It's just like, ooh, because it's like one thing after the next. And that's why the devil, tries to show up like that. You get out the bed and you stumped your toe or something, and then, you spilled your coffee. And then, it's just like, oh, Lord, okay, let me stop. Let me stop. Before I start up this car and start driving off, let me get this thing together because I don't want no situations. And I remember once when I was married, we were on our way to Creflo Dollar's meeting. And I'm fighting with my ex-wife. We arguing about stuff and all this stuff. We're about to go see Creflo downtown. And I was just like, "Let's go. I'm ready to go. You're going to make me late." And so, we get in the car and we pack up in the car and all this kind of stuff. And sure enough, we're driving. The street that we're supposed to go on is blocked. You have to go an alternative route. We go the alternative route. I've never driven down the street. I'm irritated as I don't know what. I'm looking, trying to make this turn. I'm about to pull off. Car stops in front of me. Bam! I run right in the back of him. I sure gave her all the credit for it, too. I was like, I gave her all the credit. You got me so worked up. I've got an accident. I'm serious. But that is exactly that vibe, that frequency, and bad starts flowing in because that is the vibe you're on. Are you with me? You thinking about what I'm saying? Does this resonate? Is the vibration, you feel this vibration? Because some of the universal truths, it resonates with you because we're vibing. I don't have to start reading a whole lot of scriptures and stuff. You feel it, it's true. Resonates. That's what resonates mean. Resound, resonate. The frequency, the tone is the same. It is a universal truth. So change your vision, you change your life. Change your vision, change your life. Change your vision, change your life. Yeah, change your vision, change your life. Change your vision, change your life. Get some new pictures. Get some new images. Get some new concepts and ideas. Exposure is a powerful thing. Get exposed. Go someplace different. Do something different. Get exposed. Because if you get exposed, you get a new picture. I didn't even know. When I moved to New Mexico, we used to talk about this all the time. I would say, man, the people in LA would be shocked at how good you can live. It was just a beautiful city. Clean. I couldn't find the ghetto. I was looking for the ghetto because I wanted some good barbecue, all the stuff that we buy in the ghetto, good chicken and all this. It ain't no good chicken. Where is the ghetto? And I'm driving, and people say, "Well, where did you go down?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, you was in the ghetto, and that's the ghetto." What are people walking around begging? And if we saw somebody out begging, I said, "Well, they must be from LA," because there was no people even walking the streets begging and stuff. God is my witness. I looked for the ghetto because I was trying to get my ghetto food. And I could not find it. And I was just like, so I said all that to say, exposure, get exposed, see something different. You say, oh, there's another way to live. There's a better way to live. There's more opportunities. There's this, there's that. You know, if black people got exposed to other communities and things like that, they wouldn't tolerate some of the stuff that we tolerate in our communities. The market don't have to be nasty and baskets all over the place and trash all in the parking lots and all that kind of stuff. When you get exposed, you're like, no. Somebody needs to clean this place up. All these potholes, all that kind of stuff. But that's the lack of exposure. You didn't know that. You don't see nothing like that in a different community. So exposure will give you a new picture, a new image. And that image and that picture will automatically make you do something different. Not from discipline, but just automatically from the picture. Amen. We're going to stop right there. That's going to be good enough. Come next week for the Vision Celebration.